Welcome to our next episode of the Bean Talks, where we sit down with young entrepreneur, content creator, and artist AnNura Muhammad of Lunaralnura. And now, here's our host, Michelle Muhammad.
Welcome to the Bean Shop. My name is Michelle. I have a wonderful guest today. Her name is AnNura Muhammad, a young entrepreneur doing wonderful things, doing social media. She does some content creation. She's in different social media channels. We're so excited to hear what AnNura has to tell us today. So I'm going to make sure we have AnNura on. AnNura, are you on?
Yes, ma'am. I am here.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
So now that we have you on our Bean Shop show, I want to take a moment to kind of get to know who you are, what you do, what your business is about, what things that that make you AnNura, and so kind of giving our audience a little kind of peek view as to who you are and kind of what you're involved in. So I'm going to let you take it over from here.
Yes, ma'am. So, as you already mentioned, my name is AnNura Muhammad. I go by Lunaralnura. That's pretty much the brand name, the business name, if you want to call it that. And I am a 21-year-old. I just like to say creative because I don't know what I do. I do a lot. I do whatever Allah blesses on my mind to do. So it's videos. Recently it's been music. I don't know where that came from. Art, construction, just teacher. I mean, I play many roles. So would you like for me to go into like how I started?
Actually, just I would say let's maybe let's talk a little bit about some of your kind of recent business ventures, because I know that there's something that I kind of noticed on your page that's something that you're developing that's hopefully going to be coming out soon, that's going to benefit a whole lot of parents that maybe, you know, feeling that in-home teaching moment where they're looking for things to help their children. So I thought maybe we might take a second and maybe you can talk a little bit about that and anything else you think that our audience would think would be beneficial to know about you.
Yes, ma'am. So I recently just ended my commissions journey, as in, you know, doing other things as far as logos and like graphic designing things, because again, I take on a lot of roles. I do a lot of different things as an entrepreneur. That's kind of normal. So I kind of put all of that to the side, and I am now focusing 100% on content creating, making YouTube videos, Instagram. But as of recently, I decided that I wanted to take on this character because I kind of am a character within myself. I am very youthful, childish like, and I used to always think that that was a bad thing. But the older I get and the more it's like not going anywhere, I just began to embrace it. So I kind of want to use that to teach young children about things that are like complicated as far as the teachings and make it like, as the minister or as the teachings are said, feed it, what is it? It's like breast milk, or take the bean soup and puree it and make it, you know, just simple to digest and to consume, like
Right.
that. Mm-hmm. So I actually homeschooled my brother when I was 18, and that actually brought something out of me that I didn't know was in me. Like, I really enjoy teaching. I enjoy creating, you know, crafts and stuff for children to learn, like, because there's more than one way to learn. So I'm going to take a couple of the lessons that I use for him and try to make it more, you know, universal, to where I'm teaching so many children just from doing like one video. And I'm going to be getting back into the art. So teaching, just pretty much advising parents how they can do simple projects that may seem like something small, but it's like developing their motor skills or their cognitive thinking, or, you know, business minded and just entrepreneurial thoughts just from doing these little bitty crafts. So yeah, that's kind of where I am now with my life. just the full-time content creating, art assistants, and just wherever Allah wants me to be. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
That is awesome. And thank you. And by the way, did you say how old you were?
I'm 21.
Oh my God.
I know, I look way younger.
Amazing, by the way. I know I'm all dramatic, but I'm like, I am blown away when I hear you young people are out there doing such great work. And so my hat goes off to you. I kind of wish I was where you were at that age.
All praise due to Allah.
All right. Well, that takes me into my next question. So you mentioned somewhat about teaching your brother, having to teach your brother at the age of 18. So my next question is, what inspired you to kind of pursue doing different projects, different business adventures, you know, at such a young age?
So I grew up kind of in the nation. My father was in the nation, but my mother was not. So I had the best of both worlds, I like to say. And so when I turned maybe 17, I was scrolling through Instagram and I came across Brother Ben X. I'm like, hey, I remember this Nation of Islam stuff. I remember that. And I got intrigued. And I was like, I would love to, well, it was in the back of my mind. I never really said anything, but like, man, I could do that. I could see myself doing what he's doing, but the female version. But I didn't put too much thought into it. It was just a small idea, but I started studying. I decided that I wanted to join the Nation of Islam my senior year. A couple months before graduation, I said I didn't want to go to school. I went, did the tours. It wasn't feeling right with my spirit or none of that. So joined the Nation of Islam the summer after I graduated. But my goal, because I wasn't going to school, I had set up goals for myself. I said that I was going to start a business, which I did. I pretty much started painting, doing shirts for people and all that type of stuff. And I said I wanted to homeschool my brother because at the time he was like 3 and my parents didn't want him to go to school yet because I don't know, I guess they just wasn't trusting the system and he was really young. So I said, I'll do that. I'll teach him because I knew one day that I could probably use this for my children. And I knew that being at home was going to help me learn how to cook, which was something I always wanted to learn how to do. I never really got none of the MGT training growing up. That's something I yearned for. So when I was able to make that decision to join, I knew that this was like everything that I needed to become feminine, to learn how to cook, rear children, sew, all of that. I want to learn. So that was like one of my main driving forces to join the nation and homeschool my brother. And from there, I kind of just, because I was like alone and I wasn't around people anymore, and I was like growing that connection with Allah through meditation and through prayer, because I didn't have anything else to do but to work and pray and grow closer to Allah. I got all of these visions. That's where the idea for the coloring book came from. I have an idea to start a cartoon eventually, so I'm working on learning animation actually within the next couple of weeks by the grace of Allah. Just a lot of ideas I got within that first couple of months of just meditating and just strengthening my relationship with Allah. So right now I'm just taking it month by month, day by day, whatever he wants me to do. And that's kind of how I am with my entrepreneurial journey. I mean, I'm just going with the flow of what feels right and what Allah wants me to do. So that's all I can say.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I just love your story. It's inspirational. It's like every time we do these things, it's like we get a little bit something more. And I'm so glad I didn't know of you, but I'm so glad that I know of you now.
Praise the Lord.
So I want to ask you, thinking about how your mind is working and how you're producing and your connection to Allah, how do you think your business or product will serve the community at large?
I think I'm just gonna go with the coloring book and everything that goes with that for now, because that's what's on my mind. But as far as the coloring book, again, back when I got the idea to do all of this, I sat and thought about why I joined the Nation of Islam, and like just little details of like things that I can remember from my childhood. Like I was recalling Savers Day, the Children's Village specifically, because that's something that I remember. But I was always remembering like, we never really had, you know, like a booth full of T-shirts or books or something, because I couldn't remember none of that. And I said, maybe if I had that, it wouldn't have taken me so long to come back, even though 18 is really young still. I don't know. That was just my thinking, but maybe I wouldn't have been in the world so much if I had so much, you know, like on me when I was young, to like, this was a lifestyle for me. So I said, you know, I'm going to do that for my children. I'm going to do that for this generation, because again, I have younger relatives. And I said, I thought about them initially. Like my little brother, I said, man, what if I can be an example for him, or if I can create something that can be engraved in his mind, maybe he wouldn't have to go through what I had to go through. So that verse, we are all gods, listening to the minister, how to give birth to a God. I came up with these characters, kind of like, I have twins. Abir and Abdul, they're kind of like my two selves. Like one of them is like calm, and then one of them is kind of like crazy, but like they're both like militant and like cool. Like I really just wanted to do something that was exciting and fun, because I love cartoons. And I love children, and I love entertaining. And I just took cartoons from couple of my favorite shows growing up, and then like modern stuff. And I just thought that would be appealing to children. So I just feel like, I don't know, I got this idea to just do all of these different things for the children, because I feel like that's like part of my mission, my purpose is to educate and help guide the children and make them like secure in their minds that this is the lifestyle that you want to live, just like through these images of these powerful characters, which is I've been slacking on. And that's probably why Allah wanted me to just stop doing everything else that I was doing and focus on this, because I feel like this, and especially with the time we're living in and everyone's at home, these educational videos is going to be so useful and just impactful for these children's minds. So that's kind of what I've been getting at for my nation. I'm still it's still coming together, but that's what I feel.
That's okay. You're at a good stage, trust me, where you can be inventive, you can try things. If this doesn't work and that doesn't work, you can go on to the next thing. But that's the beauty of it. But the way your mind is working, it's just allowing you to explore much, much more. And you're tapping into exactly, there's different timings when things that you need to drop things. And right now, the time is right. You know, we're just in an unfortunate situation, but that doesn't mean we can't do more, right, in this situation for ourselves and what will actually help others. So,
of course,
you're good. You're good. So I'm going to ask you 2 questions in one. So what challenges, if any, that you might be facing kind of getting your products or business out there? And then maybe tell us maybe some examples about how you overcome those challenges.
First part, all I can say is me getting in my own head, listening to my own negative thoughts when I shouldn't. That's kind of where I came from with the coloring book. It took me 2 years to actually finish it, because I was in my own head like, man, you ain't gonna never finish it. This is terrible. Ain't nobody gonna buy this. Ain't nobody gonna get nothing from this. And just, I actually had a friend who sat me down. I was at a really low period. I didn't want to do nothing anymore. And she was like, so what are you gonna do with your life? She really had a real deep talk with me about what I was doing with this coloring book and what I want to do with my life. And she was just, I don't even remember what she said. I just know that it changed my life and it changed the course of where I was going. And within a month, I finished the book. And so I can probably say the challenge is mental, getting out of my own head. And well, at least it is for me, because I beat myself up a lot. Sometimes, it's impossible. But having the right people around you is a way in which I kind of overcame that difficult period, or just with the project and anything that I choose to do is my entrepreneurial journey. Like, she just wouldn't settle for me being mediocre. Like, I don't know. Again, I don't remember what she said, but she just really talked some sense into me. I want to cry. But we need that. We need people in our lives who will tell us about ourselves when we need to hear about ourselves. So
This is
um,
right.
having the right people around you, and then just having that positive reinforcement within yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you, really. I had to learn that as a young person by myself in the world, that you and Allah, that's all you really have. So if you don't get you right, then he can't help you with what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So I found that the sooner that I got me right, as far as prayers, studying, keeping my mind oriented around what it is that I wanted to do, that's when he started helping me, you know? So he won't help you
You had
until
to
you
get out
help
of your
you.
own way. Is that what it was?
Yep.
You had to get out of your own way.
Yes, ma'am. That is one thing that I learned in this last year, to get out of my own way and just let go and let God, literally, and just move that way. And so, yeah, I hope that answered the question. I don't even know.
You did. You did. It's your story. Remember, this is your journey, your story. So whatever happened to you at that moment was meant for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. Well, listen, AnNura, this is, I mean, I feel, again, more connected to you now that I'm learning so much more about you and how you got to where you are today. So we got an audience, right? If someone wants to help support you, um, tell us, how do they, what do they do? What social media platforms can they go to, or a website or contact information that you want to give? And even if it's just a donation to help you, a cash app, whatever it is that you want our audience to be able to connect with you, this is your moment.
Yes, ma'am. So I am on just about all social media platforms, but on Facebook, my name is AnNura Muhammad. But I'm sure if you look up Lunaralnura, LUNARALNURA,
Mm-hmm.
and you can find my Facebook page. You can like the Facebook page. You can follow me on Instagram at Lunaralnura. In my Instagram bio, description in my bio, where there's a link, and it'll give you like a list of ways you can support. I have like T-shirt designs if you want to just support in that way. A Patreon account, which is where content creators such as I can get support from their supporters, like monthly. You get to choose
Mm-hmm.
whatever you would like to put down. That's up to you and your heart. My Cash App, I don't know if there's going to be like somewhere where I could add it, but my Cash App is $Lunar. You could subscribe to me on YouTube at, I think it's Lunar now. So pretty much on all platforms I'm Lunar. But if you're interested in the coloring book, my Instagram name is All Gods. It's like underscore All Gods with a Z at the end. Or I'll be able to, I don't know if I'll be able to write it in here if you guys are going to have text or something.
Oh, don't worry, don't worry. Once we have a moment, we'll make sure that the audience has all of this information that you just mentioned, where they can. It'll be a moment where they'll be able to, see it on the interview, and they'll be able to jot it down and be able to find you. So don't worry about that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it's All
So
Gods. ALLGODZ. I had to make sure because underscore. So yeah.
awesome, awesome, awesome. So we are literally winding down to the end of this interview. So AnNura, I'm going to let you have the last few words. Kind of let anybody that that's listening at once we get your voice and your story and your journey out there, what do you want people to know about you besides what we've already talked about? Any kind of concluding statements that you want to give?
That I am just AnNura, literally. I am just a young woman trying to figure it out in this world, and that life happens to me too. I'm not free from trials or anything, but I don't know. It's just what Allah has blessed me with as far as perseverance, I should say. It's like impossible for me to give up. You couldn't imagine what I've been through, but because of my spirit, because of my energy, because of God that's in me, and the way that I just let him do what he do in me, you would never guess. But remember that I'm just a person, and that I'm just like you, literally. But I just allow Allah to use me, and I just don't stress over things that I shouldn't stress over. And that you can do anything you set your mind to. I bear witness. And don't let anyone ever tell you, not even yourself, don't even let yourself tell you that you can't do something, because a lot of times it's ourselves telling us things. And yeah, do what Allah put you on this earth to do, and you will never work a day in your life. So that's all I'm saying.
Listen, you ended it. That's perfect. I love it. And I will tell the audience that we had asked AnNura what her name meant in the beginning of the interview, and she said the light. And you just brought the light right into this space. So AnNura, thank you so much for being our guest on the Bean Shop. We will check in on you. We're gonna follow, we're gonna help support you. And anything else that you need from us from now and in the future, please keep in contact with us, because as we will with you. And then again, this will conclude, our interview. And again, wishing you the best of luck and blessings. Actually, not luck, just blessings, because you are absolutely on your way to being blessed. Huge. And by the way, look out for her upcoming children's video, because you're going to be surprised. If not, go to her page. I listened to it. I thought it was dope. So anyway, I just had to say that at the end. So.
Thank you so much. I'm striving, man. I'm striving.
All right, family. We finna get into this ABC song. Your nation's ABC song. Let's go. A is for Allah, He love it when I call Allah. B is for beloved, live your life and love it. C is for charity, do it and get clarity. D is for divinity, I know that God is inside me. E is for equality, I call on you, you call on me. F is for Farrakhan, I love that man with all of me. G is for the God, cause you know what, man, you a God. H is for our health, cause we know that's the real health. I is for Islam, you better come and get your son. J is for Juma, go pray and read your surahs. K is for the Kaaba, we pray and worship Allah. L is for love, I get it from above. M is for the mosque, I go there with my mom. N is for the nation, I swear it's my motivation. O is for order,
can I take your order?
P is for pie, man, I really love bean pie. Q is for Quran, you should read it when you got time. R is for read, cause God said that's what we need. S is for our Savior, you know He was coming to save you. T is for truth, cause you know that's what your nature is made to do. U is for the universe, bro, I don't know that, I was here first. V is for valuable, yeah, you ain't know what to say for that verse. W is for world, for brother, for 100 million, girl. X is for Ben X, I mean, he seems cool, I guess. Y is for Yaqub, man, that brother was a little cuckoo. Z is for Z's, I'm a little drowsy after killing this beat. Oh, man, that's fire. Not gonna lie, I wanna thank you all for watching the ABC song, you feel me? If you like this, like and subscribe, inshallah, in the future I'ma do some more. If you like support, click the link in my bio, and it'll take you right where you need to go. Stay tuned for more. Again, like and subscribe. Love y'all. You are a God and I am a God too. Let's go. Assalamu alaikum.